for the yonsei and gosei, they have, for most of them, lived a pretty privileged life, including in Hawaii, a racially privileged life, so that being Japanese actually creates assumptions in your favor rather than the other way around like it was for the issei and nisei.
There's some things you cannot change, so you have to accept, and things happen in life, so Shikata Ga Nai.
Shikata Ga Nai, I think you have to put it in context. I think when you're on the plantation and you have no power, you can't fight it, you accept it.
Growing up in an island state and being from the plantation, that it was beat on our parents and grandparents and even great-grandparents that we were inferior, especially Asians. And so it was not our place to speak up.
Everything is a gift from the plantation, so you can't speak up, you can't complain. That real second-class citizen thing that's so much of a part of the history of the Japanese experience in Hawaii.
And so we grow up that way with that inferiority complex. And so no, don't. And so when you have these things, don't say anything. It's okay, right? I know my grandmother used to always say that. Yeah, it's okay. But then you get exposed to different things, and it's not okay sometimes. It's outright mean, or just outright wrong.
There have always been people that have been willing to stand up for the underdog, to stand up to make changes and make Hawaii a better place.
If there's anything that our future generations will have, is I believe they will have that confidence that they're not inferior.
In the world that we live in now, we are a lot more empowered. We're empowered whether it be through technology, we're empowered through to laws that weren't in existence when my great-grandparents and my grandparents came.
The choice of carrying it forward is much harder for this generation, because it's one thing to fight segregation. It's another thing to fight racism now in an era when people like to pretend that it's over. Well, yeah, we used to be like that, but now everything's fine.
I think Shikata Ga Nai is still relevant in that you need to pick your battles. It's a balance. It's some things you cannot fight and some things you should fight for, but it's really going to depend on you as an individual.
So to take up the mantle of a child of the civil rights movement now, in this century, is complicated. It's a bigger challenge.